Ladies and gentlemen, direct from the
You are now rocking with the best. Hoops and Hip Hop with Coach Carter on the White Label Radio Network.
What's up, y'all? It is your boy, Coach Carter, a.k.a. Mellow One, and I'm back with another amazing episode of Hoops and Hip Hop on the White Label Radio Network. I'm here with my brother, DJ Pudge, on the boards, Pudge 55 in the building, and we got a special guest in the building, Coach Ash from Eastside.
What's up, man? How you
What's
doing?
up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Happy to be here.
It's
Appreciate
been a
the
long
invite.
time. We've been trying to do this for a long time.
We have.
Yes. So let's talk origin story. Let's talk about where you're from, how you got here, all that good stuff. So, are you from Lancaster?
I am not. I'm actually from Inglewood, California.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. Grew up in Inglewood, right off La Brea and Centinela.
Okay.
Right
What high school you go to?
I went to Community Harvest Charter School. It was located off of Adams in L.A., so like right by the 10 freeway.
Okay.
And
Never
so,
heard of it, but
yeah, it was a small charter school. It didn't last very
what year
long.
did you graduate?
I graduated in 2008.
Okay, so you're a little younger than me. Did you ever play the Inglewood YMCA?
Inglewood YMCA, no.
It was closed by
never.
the time you got of age. Yeah. So I grew up in Hawthorne, Inglewood area. So I played at Inglewood with Jason Hart and Paul Pierce and those dudes. So Inglewood was the place to be during that time. So why didn't you go to Inglewood High? Or Morningside?
My mom didn't want me to. My family members didn't want me to go there. Like Inglewood is not happening. They're like, you going to a charter school, and that's it. And I'm like, all right, I guess.
I really wanted to go to Morningside as a kid because in the 80s and early 90s, they were the shit. But my mom was like, heck no, you're not going to that school or whatever. So, yes, I went to Lusinger, which we thought was better. But in hindsight, it was not as far as the gang violence and racial violence or whatever. But you played basketball at the charter school?
I did. I played varsity basketball my last 2 years.
Okay.
My freshman year, I actually made varsity. It was a small school, so we had I would say 300 kids total between 6th grade through 12th grade.
Whoa.
So it was very, very small classroom, which is part of the reason why my parents wanted me to go. Is this small.
Why that school? Because it's kind of far away. I mean, you had Inglewood Christian right there. That was a smaller school as well too.
So I originally was going to New Roads Private School, which is for 6th grade.
Okay.
In New Roads at the time, they had 2 campuses. They had the Santa Monica campus, and then they had an LA campus, which was off of La Cienega and Rodeo, or Rodeo, depending on but it's Rodeo.
It's Rodeo, yeah. Rodeo for the
it's Rodeo, and so that's where I was. I went to school there, and New Roads, that campus of New Roads branched off into the charter school that it was when I started going there.
Got you.
So that's why I ended up.
Makes sense. So you played 2 years of high school basketball varsity. Did you play college ball?
I did. I played 1 year. Well, I redshirted 1 year at West LA College.
Okay.
For Ernie Carr, Gardena, legend.
Y'all had some hoopers that year you went there, right?
Yeah, we had his name. Well, we had a kid named Shaq who was about 7 feet tall.
Okay.
We had another kid named Josh. I forgot what high school he went to. Jason Pruitt was on that team. We had a kid named Sean Derrick. I think his last name was Tyson. We had a lot of Chris. I forgot Chris's last name, but he played at Compton.
Okay.
So yeah, we had some guys. We had some guys that can go, and I ended up redshirting, man, because coming from a small charter school, I was all league, all cities. And that's when I was in the View Park League.
Yeah.
And then I went to West LA thinking I'm about to go hoop, and then I realized
the dog's a little different, huh?
It's a little bit different in junior college. Oh, we had Deshaun Otis, who he went and played Division I, was a bounce back.
Okay.
He went to Dominguez High School, so yeah, we have some guys that could really, really go.
It's funny when kids, even nowadays, they say, you know what, I'll just go to JUCO. JUCO is probably tougher than Division III.
It's not probably. It is tougher.
I want to be nice, but
yeah, it is.
It's like these dudes got Division I bounce backs. You got all city dudes. You got dudes that just care about grades and it's there or whatever. You got a 24-year-old dude that got 2 kids that just still want to hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got that.
Yeah.
And they talking about, I'm just going to go to JUCO. No, it's not that.
Yeah. Yeah, you playing against grown men.
Yeah.
And so after that year, 2008, 2009, I took a year off. Then I transferred to East LA because Coach Carr wasn't coaching at West LA no more. You know how that goes. New coach came in, brought their own people in.
Got their own system, yeah.
Yep. So I took a year off, transferred to East LA, and in that conference was Mount Sac, Pasadena, Compton College, and when you talk about old guys, man, I remember playing against a dude that was like 6'6", and my teammates were like, "Hey, this dude like 27 years old." I'm like, "No, he's not." And they like, "Yes, he is," and I think he got a kid too. And I looked him up, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm 19 years old, 6'3", 6'4", 175, and this dude is 6'6" with a kid at home, like." It's
9 years older than you.
Yeah, and it's grown man basketball. It's literally grown man basketball.
Yeah. And then did you end up moving on to a 4-year?
No, I had some challenges at East LA. Most of them, knowing what I know now, most of them was self-inflicted.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get out my own way, blaming other people instead of taking accountability for what I wasn't doing. And so I just stopped playing. One day I woke up and was like, man, I don't want to do this no more. And I went and cleaned out my locker, walked over to my coach's office and was like, hey, man, I'm done. I think I made up an excuse, like I had to help my mom work or something. I wasn't planning on working. I just didn't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
I was also traveling 2 hours on the bus every single day. It just got to the point where I was just like, I didn't really want to play no more.
It's a grind, man, especially JUCO. JUCO's a grind. I remember being in Santa Monica, but like, I don't know. I don't want to go to practice. I'm going to go hang out and play some dominoes. And then go out. And it came 2 or 3 days. And I'm like, why am I coming all the way to Santa Monica from Hawthorne, man? Let me stay my butt in my neighborhood. So, yes, I definitely feel you. So, after that, did you get right into coaching or what did you do?
No, so that was around when I was 21 years old that happened. So, I just was kind of playing, rec league legend. Just doing adult leagues, going to Rogers Park, playing with my boys. We were at Westchester Park. Especially that was around the time we had that lockout, right? The NBA lockout. Was it like a year or so after that? So, like, I was just going different parks, playing basketball.
Westchester Park has some runs, though.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going there. The outdoor court, of course, indoor has some runs, too. But you go out there, you drive past and see hoopers all the time in Westchester Park.
Oh, yeah. And at that time, like I said, I think during the NBA lockout, man, it was runs. Like, every Wednesday night, you was getting, like, really good runs. Like, I remember one time we had Brandon Jennings in the gym, and Jordan Hamilton was in the gym.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I actually knew Jordan because we played on the same baseball team growing up.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure he didn't go as hard on me as he could have. But, one of my boys started talking crazy to Brandon Jennings, and he lit us up that night.
Brandon is a bucket. I mean, he was a bucket in the league. So the rec center is definitely easy for him.
Oh yeah. So I kind of did that for a couple years, and then I got into coaching around, I would say, about 2015 after I moved out to Lancaster.
So what made you move to Lancaster?
My wife did.
Oh, okay.
So we had met at a dinner party when we were 21 years old. We became friends. And we were friends for like years before we even started dating. And then once we started dating, she kind of was putting it in my ear like, oh, we should get a place in Lancaster. And I'm like, I'm from the city. I don't really want to move to Lancaster. Don't even know where Lancaster. Never even been to Lancaster until I met her. Right? I'm like, Lancaster.
Is she from there?
Yeah, she grew up in Lancaster.
Okay, that makes sense.
So then eventually we moved out there. I started working, and I started missing the game. I wanted to get back into coaching, and so started off at Lancaster High School coaching girls. Mm-hmm. I had emailed. It's a funny story. I had emailed every single coach in the league that I currently coach in now. I mean, all those coaches are gone now at that point in time, but at that time I emailed every single one, and only one school responded. And it was Lancaster girls basketball coach DJ Hine, my mentor to this day, still watches my film. From me coaching, tell me what I'm doing wrong all the time, but he's the only guy that responded. And he's like, you want to come out to practice? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be there today. Yeah. And I went out there, and that's how I got into it.
So you didn't coach like AAU or rec ball before that?
So I was coaching YMCA, but it was around the same time. Okay. So like I was coaching YMCA, and it was around the same time as I was sending out those emails. So that's kind of how I got into it. And after like 1, maybe 2 seasons, I'm like, yeah, I'm done with YMCA. I couldn't do the 5 in, 5 out.
Yeah, right.
I just couldn't do it. So I just went full into high school.
And how was it like going from Inglewood to Lancaster? Like the culture, the environment, the setup?
It's much slower.
Yeah.
Much slower. But I think for me, it wasn't really a hard transition because I'm kind of that kind of person anyways. I'm like, it's all basketball, or it's like I'm just kind of more work-based and kind of more of a homebody anyway. So I wasn't really around the fast pace.
You wasn't in the streets out here in LA, like in the Hollywood scene or club scene like that, so you didn't miss it.
Yeah, not really. I never really was into that. And so it was an easy transition for me, but I mean, nowadays, like a lot of people are moving from Inglewood to Lancaster, so you're kind of starting to see a lot of similarities.
A little more rough around edges.
Yes, just a little bit.
Yes. And so you coached girls, and it was girls varsity?
So, yeah, I was assistant coach at Lancaster, coaching girls varsity 2015. And then the next season, my first season, I was JV head coach and lead varsity assistant coach.
Okay.
So we did that for 2 more years. My 4th year, which was 2017, 2018, I transitioned to being the head coach and running all the basketball stuff. And my mentor, like I said, DJ Hine, he kind of was doing all the paperwork, and he kind of sat on the bench to help me transition into being a head coach.
That's dope. That's dope. I mean, you don't hear those type of stories a lot anymore. Usually you hear about a guy getting a job because somebody got fired or whatever, and you jump into it. I mean, when I got my first head coach's job, I got it, and it was nobody to help me out. And it's like, but that's dope to have that. And then to have the OG still, helping you out and guide you through the way. When did you get into the boys, and where was that at? Was it at Eastside was your first boys job?
No. So after that 1 year of head coaching girls at Lancaster, the head coach at Highland, which right now his name is Tim Anderson, he just left APU. I forgot what school I think he's at Vanguard University now. Okay. So he was the head coach before him. Highland went after DJ and said, hey, look, we got this opportunity, coach boys. Highlands typically in our league at that time, they were a really, really, really good program. Mm-hmm. And so they wanted to find a coach that can continue that. And so DJ was like, look, you got a choice. You want to coach boys with me, or do you want to stay over here on the girls' side? And I'm like, man, I want to coach boys. I'm like, I love my girls, and I've grown to really love the game on the girls' side, but opportunity to pass up. You couldn't pass up coaching boys. You just can't do it.
At that time, too.
Yeah.
At that time. So you went to Highland, and you was his assistant coach there as well, too?
Yep. So I was assistant coach there for a year. And during that time, shortly before that, the women's coach at Glendale College, Joel Weiss, he had offered me an assistant coaching job at Glendale. And when I was at Highland, my wife was pregnant with our second kid, and I was just like, I couldn't really
make that drive back.
I couldn't make that drive back and forth, and I didn't want to leave her there. She had already had her hard pregnancy with our first son. Yeah. And so like I wasn't really sure, and he was still young too. So I'm like, I can't do that right now.
Gotta stay local, yeah.
And so after that 1 year of coaching boys, Joel would come back and he's like, hey, are you sure you don't want to come to college? I think you'll be really good at this. And he kept pursuing me. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, you know what, actually, I think this is the time, to try to jump into college. So I went back to the women's side to coach women's basketball at Glendale College.
What year was that?
So my first year would have been, I accepted the job in 2020.
Oh, COVID year, huh?
Literally, I accepted the job, went to a playoff game, the very next week is when everything shut down.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I'm like, here I am. I'm a college coach. I'm excited. I'm young, like late 20s, and now the world shuts down. And
was
so,
the Burroughs coach Vicky? Was she there?
Yeah, Vicky was there. Vicky was there. So the following year,
was she playing?
So the following year, we obviously didn't play that year.
Yeah.
And then we finally got to a point where we were able. So I spent my whole first year recruiting, but like we didn't even know what we were really recruiting for.
Yeah.
We didn't know if we were going to play or not. So I'm just talking to kids, trying to get them to come and see what it is we're doing once we open things back up. And then the 2021 year, was it 21, 22? I think it was 21, 22 that year we were able to start playing again. Mm-hmm. And Vicky was one of our players.
Was she coaching too?
She was still coaching at Burroughs, but she wasn't coaching at Glendale. That was her sophomore year, as my first year coaching.
Got you. Because at one point she was playing at Glendale and coaching, right?
Yes. So that she was playing. That sophomore year is a year that was her sophomore year playing. My first year coaching at Glendale.
You know, when I was at Burroughs last year, she almost talked me into going back to college to play basketball. She said, "You got any eligibility?" I said, "I probably do. I did a year in Santa Monica. I probably got something." I was like, "She said you should check it out." I encourage everybody. I was like, literally, she almost talked me into going back, and I'm like, "Big way these knees are."
Yeah.
But I thought it'd be a good reality TV show.
Yeah.
Like the old 49-year-old dude trying to make the JUCO team.
Yeah.
Like it could be a good feel-good story or a tragic one. I'll blow my knee out or something, right?
Right. Yeah. And it's funny because that sounds like Vicky. Vicky will make you believe that you can do anything.
Yeah.
Because she can do anything.
Oh yeah.
She makes you feel like you can do anything.
You know, she's still coaching Burroughs, and she's now a Mission College head coach as well too.
So I had applied for the Mission College job just to see what my
did?
Yeah, I had applied for it just to see if I could get an interview. Wasn't really sure. Like I'm in a good spot at Eastside, so I'm not really sure I would have even made the jump.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see.
Yeah.
And then when I heard that Vicky was getting the job, I had to immediately text her and I'm like, "So does that mean you're leaving Burroughs?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "You are crazy."
She's wild.
She's a maniac. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah.
But kudos to her.
But she don't know kids and basketball's her life.
Yeah.
I mean, and she's a biology teacher.
Yeah.
During the day, so it's wild. It's wild that she does that. It's crazy because I randomly got an email from somebody, actually the athletic director at Mission. I don't know how I got my email and asked would I want to interview for this job or apply for this job. I'm like, I'm not qualified to coach girls college yet.
And so I think that's why I did. I think I think they just were trying to get a new coach, so I had got that email also.
Same email. So I got, and I was like, why me? I didn't even like.
Yeah.
I kind of looked at it and said, I'm not ready yet. But now I'm coaching girls in the next 2 years. I'll be ready.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, fast forward, you leave Highland and go to Eastside?
No, so I left Highland and go to Glendale.
Oh, sorry, you went to Glendale. Never got a chance to really coach because of COVID.
Coached 1 year. Coached that 1 year.
Vicky sophomore year. And then you went back to
Eastside. So DJ, my mentor, he calls me. I'm like, man, I think I want to get back to the boys' side. Well, I really want a head coach. I'm not sure, but I just don't see any opportunities yet. It's just kind of, I don't really know what's really going on. And he calls me out of nowhere, probably like a month or two after we had that conversation. He's like, hey, I have an opportunity. Someone is looking for a new coach, and I think you'd be good at it. I was like, okay, well, what school? And he's like, let me get back to you. And because he knew at the time, Eastside was pretty rough. It was pretty rough, like just where the program was at, the type of kids that we had at the time. It was just pretty rough.
The area is
rough.
Yeah.
It's not very they always had talent and they were always athletic, but for whatever reason they just couldn't put it together.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was something that I would have taken on if he would have told me right away. So he calls me back and he says, hey, look, you got good administration. He
set you up to
this is the athletic director. We know who the vice principal is. Like, if you get the job, you'll be in a good spot. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the school? He's like, Eastside. I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna trust you. I said, but is this for real? And he's like, give me a second. And so about 20, 30 minutes later, the athletic director emails me a link to apply. And I applied for the job, went to interview. It was me and 2 other candidates. And I'm assuming I made a great impression. I mean, I know I came in, I was wearing a suit, tie, had everything ready to go, had my portfolio, and I know the next day they called me and offered me the job. So, and I've been there ever since.
So that's dope. That's dope. So I've been thinking about interviewing etiquette. So I interviewed for pretty much a lot of open jobs this year. And interviewing etiquette. Do you bring your resume to give to people there, or you?
So this
what's your interview etiquette? What do you do?
So while I was at Glendale and when the world was shut down, Joel, the head coach at the time, he talked me into getting my master's degree.
Okay.
And so when I went to Concordia University in Irvine. I got my master's in coaching and exercise science.
Did you do it online or you did
online?
It? Okay.
Yep. And so in that program, they essentially set you up for interviews.
Oh, okay.
And that's really how the program is ran. So like you pick a sport, a specific sport. So like obviously basketball for us. And so you build out your coaching portfolio. It ends up being like over 100 pages long. And so it's basically putting everything that we already know as coaches on paper.
Okay.
From fundraising to how you want to handle your staff, how you want to hire your staff, how you want to handle players, how you want to handle parents, scheduling, calendars, everything that you can even think of that we already do as head coaches, that we already think about doing, or that we already do. Your job is to put it on paper in that program. And they kind of help you through it. It's a 1.5-year program. They kind of help you do it. And then you take some classes along the way, like ethics in sports, some morality stuff, like just different things that, you wouldn't even think. You're just who you are instinctually as a person, but you're putting it on paper. And so
that portfolio that you made there is what you took to your interview?
I didn't take the whole thing. I took probably about half of it.
Did you take it and just show them, or did you leave it with them to look at?
Oh, I left them with stuff. So I'm like,
interesting.
Yeah. So I took.
So you wouldn't worry about them stealing your ideas?
No, I didn't care.
Okay.
Because this is who I am. So like, if some people, I believe in who I am. I know what I'm about. So I know I want to do things the right way. And if it can help somebody else, like I give all my stuff to everybody. So I literally I had fundraising ideas. I had a sample calendar. I had a sample practice plan. And then I had some excerpts from some of the papers that talked about who I was as a person, what kind of coach I wanted to be, how I wanted to handle my staff and everything. Yeah. And so I answered all the questions. And then they asked me to give them like a final, like if I had anything to say. And I just told them straight up, I'm like, hey, if you have any questions about anything you heard about today, anything that came out of my mouth, you read this, and I guarantee you will back up everything that I said, because this is who I am, and I've been working on it for 2 years. And left every single person in the room with one, and I walked out, and they called me the next day.
That's awesome. That's a testament to you, because I did that same thing and didn't get the job. So I went to Arleta when they had the job, and I pretty much had my player policies, parent policies, and not as detailed as yours, but it was like that. And the AD's looking at us, oh, I like this. Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
We can use this right here. But he was saying it in a sense like, we can use this, meaning we can use you doing this.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get the job.
Yeah.
And then I see things floating around that is part of what I had on that paper. And like you to a certain degree, I'm like, at the end of the day, you can bite my style all you want to, but you can't reproduce me.
Yeah.
And I am who I am. So then I realized that, but I'm glad you said that, because, I was on the fence about that part of it. So I'm glad you reassured me on that. So you got the job.
Got the job.
So how long you been there?
This is my 4th year. This season is my 4th season.
I think I've seen your team kind of play every year since you've been there. This is your best team you ever had.
I believe so.
I'm a basketball guy, and I'm saying that because I sat in the stands. I sat in that seat that I was told I wasn't supposed to sit in. And your boys are sitting behind me.
Uh-huh.
And I'm hearing them talk.
Yeah.
And they're talking about North Hollywood playing, and one of the kids, Nick, shot the ball. And they said, oh, he shot it from far.
Yeah.
And one of the kids said, oh, look, he shot that from deep. One of your boys said, oh, he can hit that.
Yeah.
And, like, he gave him kind of a scouting report.
Yeah.
And then I'm listening to him and talk behind me, and I'm like, they're studying the game, even though they're talking about, oh, look at that. Oh, he crossed him over. But they're talking the game, and I'm like, the IQ that your boys have, I'm like, that's a testament to you.
Yeah.
Because you probably studied a lot of film or whatever, but the way he was talking, I was like, man. And I watch you play. I watch y'all play, even though y'all played against a team that wasn't very good. But I mean, y'all executed.
Yeah, and it's also the testament to them too. You know, because like they're doing the work. They I can tell them what to do. I can tell them to study this. I can tell them to study that. But they got to buy into it.
They have to buy in.
And so I think, like I said, I think this is our best team, not only because of the talent that we have, that we've been developing most of these guys since they were 9th and 10th graders. They're starting to buy in to what it is we're asking them to do every single day. You know, even though we still have our struggles like every other program, they're the ones that's doing the work. Yeah. And they're learning to read the game differently and see the game differently than when they were 2 or 3 years ago, when you probably saw us and we were struggling. And I think I remember the one game I think I saw you at was we played Legacy Christian at Louisville, and
yes.
And we won a game close, but it probably shouldn't have been that close because Legacy Christian wasn't that good.
It wasn't that good. You guys struggled against them. And I was like, but the good thing I know about the environment. My son grew up in Lancaster. We talked about this off camera or whatever, but so I know that they have some willing athletes and whatever. Long as you nurture them and keep them close to you and be able to develop them. Even after the game, I heard you like, who's getting food, come with me. Who's not getting food, go with him, or whatever. Like, I like how that, and that's what I grew up on. You grew up in England, so you grew up with coaches picking you up to go travel and hop in a 9-passenger van and go hoop. Mom and Dad didn't drive me to any AAU games. I don't think my mom ever went to a off-season game at all. The coach came and picked me up, or somebody's dad picked me up and we rode. And I like that you did that with your team because that creates that bond and that camaraderie that you don't see often in high school sports because of so many transfers and things like that. Yeah,
and these guys, they actually really like being around each other. Yeah. And it's boys basketball, so occasionally you get dust ups and they get annoyed with each other, but sometimes you just see them. The next 2 minutes later, they're dapping each other up. And
you can tell. I mean,
you can feel it.
I sat there and listened to your boys and actually behind me, respectful kids too. Because you look at your group and I say, oh my God, a team all blacks. The assumption is going to be, oh, they ain't well mannered. One of the dudes was like, oh gee, he said, he said, Unc. He said, Unc. Yeah. And I know he's. So in my mind, I think I'm still 20, but I'm 50 years old, so I'm definitely somebody's uncle or somebody's OG. He says, Unc. He kept saying, Unc. And I was looking at the game, whatever, and I'm like, he says, man, I like your fours you got on. Yeah. I said, okay, thank you, young man. Appreciate that. You know? Yeah. And it was just so refreshing to see young black men like that because the game is shifting a little bit to, and I had Ryan Silver on here, and I asked him, is the current model of youth sports, AAU basketball, pricing out the inner city? And I believe it is. Yeah. I believe that most kids can't play, grassroots basketball because it's kind of high. You got to have a trainer, of course, because you got to get better, and you got to travel to Texas and Arizona, whatever, to be seen or whatever, so it's pricing them out. So, like I said, it's good to see your young men, holding themselves the way they are, and also hooping too. I mean, they can hoop. Yeah, and I think that area, especially Lancaster, Palmdale, there's so much talent. I mean, majority of the football players, majority of the basketball players that are going to Valley schools or LA schools, I guarantee you they live in our area. Oh, when I was at Crestview, they was busting them in. There's a couple of kids that was I remember seeing them on a tour, and they said, "Oh yeah, he lived in Lancaster." Yep. I said, "Oh, for real?" And one of the kids ended up at P night. Yeah. And I remember we played a game and he was there. What's up, coach? But they were busting him into Crespi, so I'm sure Crespi's a small school. I'm sure Sierra Canyon got a ton of them, especially football side. They probably got a ton of them. There's so Palmdale played a school earlier this year in football,
And we know for a fact that majority of those kids are Lancaster kids.
Yeah.
I can let people figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
But yeah, it happens. It happens, So, but
it's sad because you think about like, and we'll get a little racial right now. Black communities, people take our culture and take us and use it up, and then when they're done with us, throw us away.
Yeah.
And don't pour into the environment.
Yeah.
Like those schools, the big time schools coming to get those kids are not coming there and put up a football field.
Yeah.
Are sponsoring the AAU team. Like, it's okay. Come get our kids, but come back and sponsor a flag football team or a soccer team or a baseball team, whatever sport you're pillaging from.
Yeah.
And we allow it because, of course, we're chasing dollars and cents. So,
yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah. And that's every year I'm at Eastside, I have one of those moments, if not like at least 3 or 4 moments a year where I'm like, this is why I'm here. It's because they need to feel and see love from somebody that looks like them.
100%.
Sometimes it's not the love that they want in that moment.
Yeah.
And they tell me about it. And I tell them, like, you're going to appreciate this one day. And then there's other days where, we're loving on each other the whole day. But there's at least 3 or 4 moments every single season where I'm like, okay, God, I hear you. This is why I'm here. And I know that's why I'm supposed to be here.
Me and Pudge always talk about the universe speaks to you. All you got to do is listen.
Yeah.
And I felt the same way. Like, I was at Crespi, I was at Burroughs, and it was always an uncomfortable easiness. I'm at San Fernando High School, which is predominantly Latino.
Yeah.
I grew up in Lenox, California. I went to Lenox Middle School.
Yeah.
Which is San Fernando. It's a bunch of Mexicans and whatnot. And I'm at home. I was walking through the hallway today, and the football dude, Mexican dude, was like, he used N-word. He said, oh, yeah, N-word to his boy. And I looked, and I'm like, it's crazy to say, but I felt like I was at home.
Yeah.
It was wild to say, but I felt like I was home because of energy. So it made me want to help those young men because they'll appreciate it more. Even the girls, they'll appreciate it more than the trust fund kid from Crespi.
Yeah, yeah. Man, you speak about the universe. I'll tell you, I'll try to make this story very short, or as short as I can with giving the details. So when I met DJ, like I said, DJ was the only coach that responded, right?
Yeah.
And my wife was pregnant with our first son. We were at ultrasound, and there was this lady who kept jumping into me and my mom's conversation the entire time me and her was talking. And I'm like, who is this lady? Who is this lady? And then eventually, like, I just started talking to her. So I'm like, she keeps jumping in my conversation for whatever reason. I don't know why. That was 2 months before I got the job at Lancaster. When I'm at Lancaster, the coach, he goes and says, hey, man, I got to pick up my mom from the parking lot, watch the girls, get them going. I'll be right back. Game's starting in like 30 minutes. I'm like, all right, cool. He walks in, same woman from the ultrasound that was jumping into my conversation.
That was his mom.
So that was his mom. I was like, this is really weird. And that time she was telling me, like, yeah, I got a son that is a teacher. I have another son that works in probation, because at the time I was working in probation as a juvenile corrections officer at nighttime, and I was coaching during the day.
Yeah.
But she never said what school, never said he coached basketball, never. She just said, I have a son that teaches.
Yeah.
And so we just have a natural conversation. So that happened. A couple other things happened while I was at Lancaster that makes me go, wow, like this is crazy. Like you can't, like, I can't tell the story to nobody because they're not going to believe it.
Yeah.
Then unfortunately my wife, her aunt passed away. And so we had moved into her house that she was living in. Because like everybody in the family had a house except for us. So like the family ended up taking over the house, and we were in the process of the family selling it to us.
Got you.
And so we were living there at the time. And so when Eastside came around, I'm literally so close to Eastside High School right now. We still live in that house. I can hear the football games on Friday night.
Oh, wow.
And so like I went from wondering when am I ever going to get a head coaching opportunity, and I used to keep myself up at night thinking about it, and then to out of nowhere everything just starts lining up, and it happens to be at the school that I live down the street from.
That's crazy. it was destiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I said, the universe speaks to you. All you gotta do is listen. All you gotta do is listen sometime, and it'll let you know where you need to go.
Yep.
So now the current landscape of high school basketball, has it really affected you out there? Because I know the transfer thing is running rampant out here in the Valley, but there's so many options out here that people can bounce from school to school or whatever. Out there, not so much. Mm-hmm. Has it really hit you? Have you gotten transfers? Has people transferred out? What's the status out there?
Yeah, I've gotten a couple transfers. I've gotten probably about 2 over
from the area though, right?
Yeah, from the area.
Nothing outside. So you haven't got nobody from Saugus coming down to you yet?
No, not yet. But I got some inside the area. That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
But I haven't had anybody transfer out as a black. Actually, that's not true. I had one player transfer out, but me and the family just didn't see eye to eye, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And the kid went to a good coach, Coach Will at Little Rock High School. I mean, he's a good guy. He's in our league. I like him. I knew it would probably be a better situation for him, So that's the only kid in almost 4 seasons that I've had that's transferred out.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
We had one other kid, but that kid it was some disciplinary issues, but I'm talking about just weren't happy with the program.
Yeah.
We only had one kid transfer out.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Recently, the Lancaster job became open, right?
Yes.
I had about 3 or 4 people call me about that, and
Yeah.
I told you how I feel about Lancaster. So
yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm cool. But I was like, I don't want to coach that bad.
Yeah.
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 But I'd have been right in your back door.
Right.
Right in your back door. We probably would have been sitting here right now talking because I would have been like, I don't want to talk to this guy until after the season starts.
Yeah, not till February.
Not till February. Now, last year, you guys made the playoffs.
We didn't. We fell 1 game short of the playoffs last year.
I didn't realize. Now I'm in LAUSD and LA City section. Everybody makes playoffs there.
Yeah, it's different. Southern section is the beast.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
When I was at Burroughs last year, they were talking about if you go 500, you can make the playoffs or whatever. Mm-hmm. We didn't go 500, and I was telling my JV coach, and he thought it was crazy. I said, if we make the playoffs or get a chance to make the playoffs, I'm gonna opt out.
Yeah.
They said, oh, these parents gonna kill you. I said, dude, we're losing by 30 points, turning the ball over. I'm not driving to Fresno to lose by 30 and then have to come back on a yellow school bus. I'm cool.
Yeah.
And everybody thought it was crazy. Luckily, we didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Burbank made the playoffs
and
had to drive to Hemet or something like that. Lost by 20.
Yeah.
Like I said. And had to drive back.
Yeah.
No way, man. No way. So, so you guys was 1 game out of making playoffs?
Yeah, we're 15-13. Last year was a rough year. We had a lot of stuff going on, internally. Kids just had stuff outside of basketball that we had to battle through as a group. Mm-hmm. We were winning every single game in league at halftime. Every single one.
Wait, every game in the league you was winning at halftime?
We were winning at halftime of every single game. Except for 2.
Okay.
There was the very first game in league we played at Little Rock. We weren't winning at halftime. And then the very last game at night we were getting blown out. It was their senior night. Night is one of those gyms where the boys, they just shoot the ball well on their home court. And they're really good. They're a really good program. Coach Hegry, he's actually retiring this year, but he runs a really good program. They have a really good system. It's really hard to play there. Those are the only 2 games, first game and the last game. Every other one,
record in the league?
We ended up being 6-8. And so, but every other one, if we weren't winning at halftime, it was like a 4-point game.
Yeah.
We were right there every single game. And so most of those guys were just we had a kid transfer in, so trying to integrate him, get him minutes, that was tough. We had some guys who had very little varsity experience, and then we just had some young guys. One of our main players right now, Wydell James. He was a junior, but he's been starting on varsity as a sophomore. And we had a bunch of guys like that who just went through the lumps. His sophomore year, we just got our butts kicked every game. Like every game we were. That's the year that you saw us at Louisville.
Yeah.
And then last year, like you could see the steps, see us moving in the right direction, and we just hadn't put things in. We just from last year to this year.
Yeah, over the last, because when I saw you at Louisville, I was like, oh, this is a rough go, whatever. And then from there to now, was it? Because I know you play a lot of games now.
Yeah.
You schedule. Every time I see is Jack Pollen post some type of preseason game, your name is on it, and you went to Torrance.
Yeah, we're going back to Torrance this year too.
It's like, is that your preparation, your practice, and then doing that type of stuff? Is that what got you to where you at?
So, like you said, there's a lot of talent in Lancaster, Palmdale area. They don't have much exposure to high-level tournaments, high-level AAU stuff. So I take these guys out to play every chance we get.
Yeah.
And so we actually switched our model to we're just going to play together all year long. We're going to run our system all year long. And you're going to be so good at it because you're running it from the time you're 9th grade. It don't matter. But we also don't want to play, like, to be honest, outside of myself, nobody really runs events out in Lancaster, Palmdale area. So if we want to be good, we got to go play.
Yeah.
And so I just tell admin, like, hey, I need vans. Luckily, I have good enough admin right now where they give us the vans to go play in the off season, as Eastside High School, obviously. But, and we just go out and we just get better. And you can't, a lot of people don't realize that, like, you just can't cheat the process. Like, you just can't.
You cannot.
And so the team you saw this past Saturday, even though, like you said, we were playing Burroughs, and I know Jason's rebuilding over there, and you have some struggles over there. Like, the team you see is not the same team that you saw 2 years ago because they were all young guys.
Yeah.
Every single one of them was young. And so we're in the weight room 3 times a week. We're on the court doing skill stuff. We're practicing. I got them doing, people think I'm crazy, but I got them doing stuff all the time. So now you look at these kids and they're like, dang, these kids got muscles. 2 years ago, they didn't have muscles.
Yeah.
Now they can knock down threes. They're moving the ball. They're in sync. I had a coach ask me, like, are you sending these guys to trap, or are they doing this on their own? And I'm like, well, I'm not giving you all of our secrets. I'm not going to let you know that.
I can answer that.
But
it's a lot of instinct out there.
Majority of it is instinct.
I know. I can see it. I can just see the way they move around, and I'm like, wow, these kids they know the game,
and they play together.
Yeah.
All year long.
Yeah.
Like, we just force them to play together all year long, and so
you're doing what, and I don't know if you're familiar with AGBU, but Norek, that's what he does. He has his Rebel program, but he has that. He pretty much, those kids that's in his program now that's on varsity have been in his program since they're 8 years old.
Yes.
And he plays, every time you look up, they're playing in some tournament in Palm Springs and Vegas or whatever, and it's the same thing. And I'm like, I know why most people don't do it, but this is the model if you want to be successful, especially in a small town like yours.
Yeah.
He has a small community as well, too.
Yeah.
Keep those kids together.
Yep.
And then just grow within and then build something. And now you got, in 4 years, you got what you got.
Yeah. Yep. And I realized, I know me and you talked about that a month ago about AGBU and what they do, but I really picked up on that when I was trying to figure out, like, Knight is on their, like, 5th straight league championship in our league, but every year, as long as I've been out there, he's always been in contention to trying to, like, for a league. And I was trying to wrap my brain around it, and I'm like, I know they're good, but, like, there's something there. And they've had a AAU feeder program where most of those kids play from the time they're 9, 10, 11 years old together. And then they funnel into Night, and then they go run through the league.
Yeah.
They go win a couple playoff games, and that's the model. And I'm like, oh, okay. This is what we need to do here.
And that segues into the program that you have now, right?
Yep. So, so a basketball preparatory academy.
Wait, before we get into that, you and I met through West Coast Elite.
Yes.
And that movement. How did you get hooked up with West Coast Elite? I mean, did they find you or you found them?
So it was during COVID, and Malik Bray, who's the head coach at Santa Monica College right now, he was assistant coach at Glendale College.
Okay, yep.
So when I was there, he was there, World shut down, me and him connected numbers. We just started talking, and he goes, hey, man, like, I have an AAU program that's about to start playing games when nobody else is. Like we're going to Arizona,
Utah and Arizona. That's where I was at. Yeah,
and we're in different states every weekend because that's the only place that we could play. And so Malik was like, "Hey, I'm gonna bring you in. You're gonna be my assistant, and you can get around basketball." And I'm like, "Shoot, let's do it." Cause like we ain't doing nothing right now.
Yeah.
Like we just sitting around. Like I said, I was talking to girls trying to recruit them to come to Glendale College. We ain't playing no games, but here are real games. So like, let's do it. And so that's how I got hooked up with West Coast Elite.
And then of course you're in the environment, an area that they see potential in. So you became the director, and then recently you left and spread your wings.
Yeah. So
So BPA, what is it called?
Basketball Preparatory Academy.
And I when you launched it, you said that it was a program that was there before.
So it wasn't in our area before, but it was a program that I played in growing up. Okay. So like, remember when we were younger, people weren't really leaving their AAU teams.
No.
Like that.
No.
You got with a team, you stay with a team.
Yep.
And so I was with BPA from the time I was in like 10th grade all the way through high school. And so when I saw an opportunity to do my own thing, I reached out to my old coach, the guy who was running, he was the CEO at the time, and I asked him like, "Hey, I want to do my own thing. I want to kind of leave the big brand. Can I take the name?" And he gave me his blessing to take the name. So now I'm starting it up in Lancaster, Palmdale.
What made you want to take the name and not just do your own name? Because nobody in Lancaster Palmdale know what it is.
Yeah.
So what made you want to do that?
The connection to the program. Like I said, all my friends, like I remember our coaches, like you said, my coaches would pick me up all the time. They was always feeding me. We spent time in the gym.
Yeah.
We had all of us played together from the time we were 10th, 11th grade. I came in late. Most of those guys have been playing since the time they were like 9, 10 years old at YMCA. I forgot which YMCA that they started it out of.
Yeah.
But they started it when they were really young, and I just have a connection to it. Memories, traveling to Vegas, playing with each other, traveling to Bakersfield, sitting in the hotel room, playing video games, eating pizza.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, if I ever started my own AAU program, it was like a no-brainer. And I actually approached him before I had approached Ryan about leaving. I'm like, hey, if I do this, can I take the name? Because if I can't use BPA, I'm not going to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you didn't have BPA, you would still be
We're all in the league. Yep. That's how connected I am to what we had when I was in high school.
What made you want to leave All in Elite?
There's a couple things, but the main thing is I just saw an opportunity to kind of put the kids I was already coaching at Eastside High School and have them do more things. All in Elite is great. They're great at what they do. Running events. They have a bunch of teams. They're very heavy in the D3 space. Ryan Silver and Scott Martin, they were amazing to me. I never had any issues with them, never had any problems with them, but I just didn't feel at the time that they really, like the direction of their program was aligning with what I was trying to do.
Got you.
And so it was really hard for me to be behind the big brand but coach my own high school kids, and I wanted to make sure that I was looking out for the people in my community. And I'm not saying that they weren't. I just felt like I could do it in a way that, because I understand the
more
community.
Intimate,
so I wanted to be more intimate than being a part of a corporation.
It's called grassroots, so of course you want to be probably rooted in the community or whatever. And I'll ask you this question. I think I said earlier, do you think the current model of AAU basketball or youth sports is pricing out the minorities in the inner city?
I do to an extent. I mean, it just depends on what that organization's idea of what grassroots basketball is.
But I'm not even the organization. I'm not really talking about All in Elite or West Coast Elite or whatever program. I'm just talking about the whole entire model. It's $20 to get in an event per person. You got mom and dad, that's $40. You got a kid, that's $60. Now pizza is another $10, $15. Parking is $20.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, you spent $150, almost $200 to watch an hour game.
Yeah. And that's why I said I think it depends on what the organization and what direction they're trying to go in or what they're trying to do. Because because we're more intimate. All of my coaching staff, we all work in our school district. Like we're not trying to make money off of this. We're charging the kids like whatever it is that they can pay. We're not trying to make money off tournaments. So like that extra money that they're using to get parking, pizzas, get into the door, they're not spending the same amount on their tuition every single month.
Got you.
And so it just depends. It's really tough because anybody can start a team.
100%.
And so like if you are in it for the money, that's cool.
Yeah.
And if you're not in it for the money, that's cool too. I just think it just whatever it is that you want to do is kind of where we're at. But unfortunately, majority of our kids do end up getting priced out. That's just the reality of it.
And how do we fix that?
Starting your own program and being more intimate.
Unfortunately, it's great your area because you're at the school, and your principal loves you and you get gym time. But gym time is like in the valley, it's impossible. See, I made my own space. Gym time is hard. So BPA, you started playing games with your younger kids, but your high school is not going to start until
the spring
or whatever. Yeah. And are you going to jump on? Are you looking to eventually get into one of the circuits like the Puma circuit or Adidas or at some point?
At some point, I think we're me and the team that I've put together, kind of like advisory team that we have of the direction of the program. We've talked about that, but we're in no rush. Like I want to be able to go play wherever we want to go play at. Yeah. And so we might go play Adidas. We might go play Under Armour. We might go play AOG with Ryan Silver. We might go. We just want to be able to go wherever we want to go and play. Yeah. And so, and mainly too, 'cause like our 9 and 10U team that we have right now, like my son's on that team. Coach Sloan, who's my assistant coach at Eastside, who was the Lancaster head coach, his son is on that team. The Palmdale coach, Greg Slade, his son is on that team. So we're building a community where we're trying to keep all the kids together. What's
going to happen when they go to high school? Where they going to go?
Well, I've already, since we practice at Eastside, I've already told Coach Slade, like, hey.
Slade wanted Slade. He's a good guy.
I've already told him, I said, hey, man, look, I got more years ahead of me than you do. Give me, let your son come play with Carter and Kobe, and we're going to be all right.
You can watch them play.
Yeah, you can come watch them play. You can just be dad. Yeah. I'm like, when I'm out there coaching or Coach Sloan is coaching, I hear you on the sideline, you sound like a proud dad. Like, you can just go ahead and be a proud dad in high school, come watch him play. And he can come play with us. You know, it's funny because I started talking to his son about the program. Like, and so whenever he comes to my gym, I'm like, hey, man, you got to take those green shoes off, bro. You can't. We're not wearing those green shoes inside my gym. And he recently went to him and said, hey, Dad, I got to get some different shoes. So Coach Ash said I can't wear green shoes in this gym.
I'm sure Dad called you like, man, you can
and Slade was like, you really trying to get me out of coaching, huh? I'm like, man, I'm just trying to keep the community together, man. I'm just trying to keep us together. We all go to the same school. Everybody go to Eastside High School. We just have a good time.
I love it. And the dope thing about that is that if you guys don't know, Slade is the coach at Palmdale. Crespi, we would travel to Palmdale every year to play. My freshman team played out there 2 years in a row. Yeah. And it's dope because it's a lot of black men coaching black babies. Yes. Which is dope. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have a lot of that. You go to these certain schools and it's not that, which I'm not saying you have to be a black coach, a black kid, but there's certain conversations that you can have that's, that's different. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting called in the principal's office because you joke with a kid or told him to, pull his effing pants up or whatever the case may be. So that's dope that you guys got that community going.
Yeah. And when I first got the job at Eastside, Coach Slade was the first person that called me, congratulated me, wanted to talk to me if I needed anything, landscape of the league, whatever I needed. And I knew from the moment, I was like, yeah, this is, we can build a community here. Yeah. Because like this too many, you know how it is. Coaches want to be against each other, and I'm like, man, we ain't got to be that way. Yeah. Like I'll tell Greg my secrets over dinner. I don't care. I got to play him 2 times every year. We still got to execute it.
You still got to stop me.
So like we still got to stop it. We still got to stop them. Yeah. Like we share secrets all the time. Like He's more like the only time I won't share secrets with him is when we are in season. Like we were hosting a tournament one year, and his JV team was playing in our JV tournament. We was practicing early in the morning, and I saw him walking through the parking lot, and I'm like, I told my assistant coach, stop him at the door right now. Do not let him come in here. Do not let him come in here. But, I mean, other than that, man, like, we share secrets all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I tell him my schemes. We talk about, like, I was venting to him about some of the stuff I was dealing with players, and he vents to me. Like, there's no secrets, man. It's all about community.
Yeah. And how are the parents in your community? Because I know that the two communities I was at previously, parents are a little more active. They'll go to the board. They'll go to the principal. They'll go to wherever. How is the parents in your?
Parents are parents. You know, I think.
What does that mean?
Parents are parents.
Don't be PC, man. Tell me what that means.
Parents are parents. They're gonna ride for their kids, man. And that's just where it is. And we're in a generation now where parents, no matter what school you go to, and I thought it was just my school, but it doesn't really matter what school. No matter what school you go to, parents are more active in their kids' lives as it relates to sports than they used to be.
Yeah.
You know, I told this story before. When I was growing up, I remember crying in cars. I remember not being happy about playing time, and I can never, ever think of one time I heard my grandfather say anything bad about my coach.
Yeah.
No matter who the coach was, ever, ever.
Yeah.
And so, like, now it's you got to have a conversation. You kick a kid out of practice, you got to have a conversation that night, or you're not getting enough playing time. You got to have a conversation the next day, or whatever it is. It's just navigating this space with parents. It's just different. And I think no matter what school you're at, it took me a while to realize that. In those kind of many conversations with Coach Slade and other coaches in our league and other coaches across Southern California, it don't matter where. Parents are parents, and they were just living in a generation where they're more active.
Yeah. I mean, and it's a business now.
Yeah.
And mom and dad see the business, kids see the business, so they're looking at it like, oh my God, this is my meal ticket.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, mom, your kid's 5'6" and slow, so he's not gonna be an NBA. Unfortunately, it's just you know.
Yeah.
So now BPA is the new move. So you saying in the spring you'll start that. What is your expectation for the season for your high school team? What did you finish? Third in the league?
Last year we finished in sixth in league. Sixth.
Okay, so now of course you're looking to of course make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So do you go in there? Do you go in? And all coaches are different, but do you go in with your team and say, hey, these are our goals as far as okay, we were sixth place, we want to move up to third, and we want to make the playoffs, or do you say let's go and execute and let the chips fall where they may?
As cliche as it sounds, we definitely are more process driven every single day.
Okay.
But the expectation is this year, like we should make a jump this year. We should make a jump.
But do you put a number on the jump, or do you just kind of say that?
No.
Okay.
I just tell them, like, we absolutely, in my mind, should be competing for a league championship.
Okay.
But, like, the goal is we're making playoffs.
Yeah.
Whether it's first place or fourth place, that is the goal. And but we definitely talk about expectations every single day. I don't believe in putting a number on it. I don't believe, like, I have a lot of friends in the coaching community that tell me I'm crazy. Like, I've been preparing for North Torrance for like 2 weeks already, and we still don't play them for another 2 weeks. But I just don't. I still get nervous before every single game. Like,
Me too.
I got to go for a walk. Like, I literally at like 5 o'clock we play at 6:30. I'm walking around in 30-degree weather at Lancaster, like just stirring, thinking about. So
I'm with you.
I don't believe in putting a number on anything. I think if we take care of our business, whatever has happened is going to happen. Is you do the work, you're going to get rewarded for it. There's nothing, like, you don't put anything on wins and losses.
Yeah.
Because you only set yourself up for disappointment.
That's true. I mean, I kind of prescribe to both sides of the things because there has to be a destination to our journey.
Yeah.
And there has to be some type of destination. I mean, it don't have to be – it can be stops within that long-distance journey, but it has to be some type of benchmarks.
Yeah.
Benchmarks. As far as your do your lower levels have the same type of process that your varsity has, as far as like the off-season workouts, the practices, the cadence, the conversations that
we do this year. Okay. So in the past we haven't. We kind of just pick in the past we would pick like 15 to 17 guys that we thought could make varsity, work them out. But this is the first year that we have matriculated kids that played in our middle school program to our high school. Okay. Like through AAU.
So they understand the process because they did it over the 8th grade, 7th grade.
Yes.
So you can actually have those conversations because they know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I have one freshman on varsity who played for us for like a year. And then we have about 3 to 4 freshmen that are playing JV right now that I've been coaching them since they were 13 years old.
Okay.
So you know how I didn't want to coach high school AAU, at least not in our area, because it just gets too tricky. Coaches start trying to say you're stealing kids. I don't want to get involved in all that. I mean, it's going to happen because if you're running a good program and people want to transfer, obviously people are going to say that you're doing something that you're not really doing. 100%. But I wanted to coach the middle school kids because going back to the AGBU conversation, I noticed like that's what was going on that night. I noticed AGBU. I noticed some other schools that have that same model. So I'm like, I need to get in with the kids that go to our local middle schools that live in our area that are already coming to us. I want to coach them in the spring and summer.
Introduce them to what the process is.
So that they know what we're doing, get them excited about what it is we're doing, so then it's a no-brainer that they're coming to Eastside High School.
Yeah. That's smart. Yeah. I mean, that's the best way. You're in an environment that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
What music are you guys playing in the workouts?
I mean, you follow me on Instagram, so you've seen I only post the R&B stuff when I'm listening to it. Yeah. I don't post their stuff because I can't get behind it. So some of it's too.
So what R&B? What's your go-to R&B playlist? Give me like 5 artists that you play.
Anything. It could be anything from the 90s or 2000s. It could be.
Is it like you talking about Boys and Men and Jodeci, Guy?
I got that? It could be. It could be that. It could be Tevin Campbell. It could be Beyonce. It could be Ashanti. When I say anything from the early 90s through to early 2000s, it could be anything on that list. For me.
What are the boys playing?
They playing, NBA YoungBoy or whatever. I don't really know all
the people. Do you get into any of their music?
I listen to it. Some of it's good. Some of it I'll Shazam it while like on the low. They don't know.
You
that
don't tell them
I don't tell them.
No. They gonna see this and now, Coach. Yeah. Like our music a little bit.
I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like on the low, just kind of like Shazam it. I'm like, what's this song? This one's kind of cool. But for the most part,
what's one of the songs that you Shazam that you like that they play?
I haven't heard one in a while, so I don't even really, to be honest with you, I listen to more podcasts when I do music.
Okay.
And so like when I do hear one, it's like far in between, like it's months in between. I can't put names to them. If I hear them, I would know them. I just can't put a name.
What was your go-to music when you was playing? Like your hype song, if you had your Walkman or your CD Discman or whatever, you had a mixtape in there. What were you playing before a game?
Around that time when I was in high school, I would listen to a lot of Lil Wayne. Okay. A lot of Lil Wayne, but like not like radio Lil Wayne, like
mixtape Lil Wayne, right?
Mixtape Lil Wayne, like. My friend, one of the best man at my wedding, we actually were at my house a couple weeks ago, and he played a Lil Wayne set of all like mixtape Wayne, and I was surprised that I still knew all the words, like Dedication 2, Dedication 3, like everything, like all the stuff from when we was in high school, going into early college, and I was like, bro, you don't even realize like. I'm about to have a ball tonight because after he left, I still kept listening to it.
So how'd you feel about the Cash Money No Limit verses?
I think Cash Money won, man. I liked it. I think it was too short because it's only like an hour long. Yeah, maybe not even that. It might have even been like 45 minutes. I think they only went 10 songs or something like that.
I think it's top 10 songs.
But they went. I think both sides were just getting into like their real hits when it was about to end. But it was Cash Money for me. I don't know. I've just always been a Cash Money guy.
Yeah, I mean, No Limit's kind of more regional. But, I don't like the versus format now.
Yeah.
I liked it when the pandemic because it was like intimate. The producers here, and you could hear the music.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear it. Now they got. I'm an old head now. You got 20 dudes on stage. The mic's loud. It's just it's overproduced. I think.
Yeah.
I think overproduced.
Yeah, they're making more events than it is about.
Yeah,
than about
and I get it. The stage looked dope. The background looked kind of dope. Whatever. It was dope to see. What's homie's name? Masterpiece Boy that always had his shirt off with the TRU on his chest. He's 60. He's 60 years old now, but still doing his thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
It was good to see the old heads. Me and X still doing their thing. Whatever. It was kind of dope to see that, but I wish it was more like intimate, more intimate, like a smaller venue.
Yeah.
It should have been only the artist on stage that was performing the songs and the DJ in the background. That should have been it. But
back when they had more Tiny Desk vibes.
yes, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I watched it. I was here, but I watched it, and I want to say I got with more Cash Money songs. Actually, no limit songs because it was more.
Yeah.
I lived in Louisiana for a year when I was younger, but it was more regional. It was more regional style.
Yeah.
Like Cash Money had more commercial hits that everybody knew.
Yeah.
I wish, and I don't know the behind the scenes. I wish Lil Wayne would have came out there, man, and did something. But I think they still beefing.
From what I heard on Breakfast Club, basically like Lil Wayne basically told Birdman like if everybody not here, then I'm not showing up. And Turk wasn't there.
Yeah, that's what I heard too as well.
Yeah.
Which everybody should have been there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, why not? I mean, it's nostalgic. Like, come on, let's do it for the culture.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Or maybe I'm being selfish because they probably got some beef that they can't amend. You know.
Yeah.
It's family.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But see, so people don't know that P and Birdman got street beefs that last outside of this.
Yeah.
You know, somebody killed somebody's cousin or somebody like that or whatever. It's stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to get over.
Yeah.
It's hard to get over.
Yeah.
But it was great to see Snoop out there.
Yeah.
Doing Down for My Niggas. Oh my God, I love that song, man. And Snoop on there, like it was dope to see Snoop. And Snoop, I mean, I knew Snoop was gonna be there. He owed Master P his life, so I mean, he needed to be there. So, hopefully they do a little more intimate. Yeah, you know. Okay, so Lil Wayne. Anything else you listened to in high school? Besides that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things. There's a lot of different things going on around that time, musically. I can't even really think, man. I've been so removed from music, I can't even think. I know.
So so you're in a car right now. When you're driving home back to Lancaster, you pop it on the podcast.
I'm popping on the podcast.
Okay. What's your go-to podcast?
I listen to Todd Wilson's podcast a lot.
Okay.
I listen to Breakfast Club. That's kind of where I get my everyday stuff, kind of detached from basketball a little bit.
Yeah.
I will listen to Joe Budden podcast.
Okay.
I listen to Zach Lowe's podcast when I want to get my basketballs.
Okay.
There's another one called Basketball Immersion where they're talking more like X's and O's.
Okay.
And so I just bounce them back and forth between a lot of different
So you
things.
listen to basketball podcasts?
Yeah.
Do you think that I mean you're X and old guy.
Yeah.
So that helps you. I'm the opposite. I'll watch a YouTube video of the behind the scenes of Kansas doing their drills, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be X is an old guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
What about Breakfast Club's current events?
Yeah.
So you get current events.
I listen to Brilliant Idiots too. So that's
I love Brilliant Idiots.
Let's say that's like my current events, but like the more funnier part of it.
Oh my God! I listen to. I mean, every week it comes on. I'm listening to it.
Yeah.
Him and Andrew Schultz and Charlamagne the God. I love them, man. Like you said. I don't know when the last time I turned on the news.
Yeah.
I don't think I turned on the news in like a year or two.
Me either.
like I get my stuff from, of course, social media, and of course, if there's a story, I'll kind of look it up, or whatever. But Andrew Schultz knows they talk about the stuff, and they talk about it in a way that we would talk about it to ourselves.
It's digestible.
Yeah, exactly. So I like bringing it in as well too. That's one of my go-tos.
Yeah.
Joe Budden's podcast is great. It's just too long.
Yeah.
It's just 2 hours, 3 hours. I can't never finish
it's more
it.
like 3, 4.
Yeah. See, I can't even like I haven't listened to a full Joe Budden podcast since Maul and Rory left.
Yeah.
You know, but have you listened to Fat Joe and Jada?
No, I haven't got into that one yet.
It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, Fat Joe got some of the best stories in the world. If you're into music stories, he got a lot of great stories. He's been around everybody, and everybody call it Cat, but he's been around a lot of people.
Yeah.
So cool, man. So got the season coming up. Who's your first game?
North Torrance, November 17th at North Torrance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You ready for that one?
I hope so. We went there 2 years ago, and that was the year where I told you we was getting our butts kicked by everybody. So I always joke with Way, like, you started off a bad year for me, beating us by 40. He always says that it's just because I had a young team, but I'm like, whatever, man. You didn't have to do that to us, but you know. But yeah, so we're going back there, and so we're hoping to give them a better game this time. And
you played out there last time too?
Yep.
Hey,
so when
Torrance, that's a mission.
When he said he like, let's play a game, I said we're coming back, because all the guys that he beat up on 2 years ago, they're like juniors and seniors now.
Yeah.
And so it's like, now we're gonna give you a better game that we thought we were gonna give you 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we'll travel to you. I really don't have a problem.
Revenge tour, huh?
I really don't have a problem traveling to anybody. I really don't.
And you have, I mean, your admin. I mean, I'm sure I don't know if you fundraise, but you know, you're at a lot of events or whatever. So I'm sure you have a nice fundraising booster club that helps you.
So we have booster club. Our admin is like super supportive. So it's like whatever it is we really want to do, as long as it's within the rules of the schools, within the confines of what we're allowed to do, they'll support us in doing whatever.
And you have vans too, which is great. You don't have to buy buses all the time. You can hop in the vans and just drive them.
So when I first got the job at Eastside, I asked them, like, where can I go? Like, can I go anywhere and play? And they're like, if you're willing to take vans, you can go anywhere. And I'm like, that's not a problem for me.
Well,
like,
driving,
I can drive. I'm like, I will go anywhere.
How many vans you got? 2?
We have at the school like 8.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So let's roll.
yeah. So we have like 6 to 8. 2 of them don't work as well, but they'll get you there. You know. Yeah. So like.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm like, let's go play.
That's perfect for you, because now you can control your boys. Hey, be here at school. They ain't got to worry about mom and dad getting a ride, somebody late or whatever. It's like, here, be here.
Yep.
I'm gonna drive this van. Coach gonna drive that van. We gonna roll out and we gonna go. I love it. That's great.
And I prefer, outside of missing some family events here and there, but I prefer just going. Let's just go to St. Bonaventure and play. Let's just go here, because it takes us an hour and a half to get there, an hour and a half back. We're going to get food. It's an all-day thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather them be with me than doing who knows what they're doing in Lancaster.
My last question, you mentioned that. How is your wife with all this stuff? Because, I mean, every time I see you at an event, you're out in Vegas for Memorial. You're out at all these events. How is your wife handling all this?
Quite simply put, she's an angel, honestly.
Yes.
Honestly, because I am gone a lot. She didn't really understand it at first. And there was, we always joke about how we have those once a year arguments where it's like, all right, man, I ain't coaching no more, because I just don't want to deal with, me and her being mad at me because I'm not home. But I think now, the more she's been around the game, her brother played travel ball. She played basketball in high school. She never was really super travel ball scene though. And her dad worked a lot for DWP. He was gone a lot, so I think that kind of helps with
she
understands that part of it. Obviously, she still wants me at home, and
she's from Lancaster, so she had a ton of friends and ton of support or whatever. So she's not one for anything, because she has a bunch of people around her.
And then now that our oldest son is getting into basketball, and she's kind of seeing like how he's with me, he's in the gym, that kind of bigger picture. She's around our kids, like we're starting to bring the team around to our house, like all the time. Like at first, I didn't really do it when I first got the job at Eastside, because I'm like, let's see how this goes before I tell them where I live at, you know. But now, like all these kids, like all the seniors, except for the couple that have transferred in, they have all been with me since they were in 9th grade. Yeah. And so like they all know Carter.
They know her. They know your son.
They know her. So they've seen her. Like they all come talk to her. You know, especially when they don't want to talk to me. You know. Yeah. So she kind of sees the community feel, and I always gave her the vision from the beginning. Like, hey, this could be like our career. Yeah. And if we stick it out, and like I said, I don't think she really saw it in the beginning, but now, like, I'm a teacher at Eastside. I live down the street. That helps a lot. Like being able to just come home,
pop in, pop out, just
whatever I want. Yeah. It's like that helps a lot. But quite simply put, like she just, I don't know. She's an angel.
Is she down to travel to Middle Tennessee if you get an assistant coaching job or a college job? Is she willing to leave?
As long as her mom can come with us. And so,
I mean, that's good for you, because now you got to build to a babysitter.
Yeah, right.
Man, I wish my mom was down to babysit. Yeah. Shoot.
Well, her and her mom, they like best friends. So she's like, if we ever got serious about that, as long as we had a space for her mom.
Well, if her mom doesn't want to come with you guys, I got a room for her at my place. She can come watch my baby run through your Nita nanny. Right. It was dope because I saw your assistant coach had his wife there and the daughter. What's his name?
Jamal Sloan.
I love him.
Yeah.
I don't even know him like that.
Yeah.
But he said on Twitter when I got the job in San Fernando, and I got the job at Bros, he said, hey, congratulations, coach. When I saw him on Saturday, hey, congratulations again. Yeah. Like, he always, like, every time I see him, and I didn't even know his name, but he always says hello or whatever. And it was dope to see his wife there, his kids there. Yeah. And that's a testament to what you guys are building, because you're building a community, which is what high school sports is about. Yeah. It's not about transfer and then they go win a championship, because all these schools that got transfers in ain't winning nothing. Yeah. You can't name you can't name a school that got all these transfers. CRK was the first time they really won something in a long time. Yeah. But they don't win nothing, so to see what you guys are doing and creating that community is super dope. So shout out to him as well too, because you know, we need the women in our lives to support this.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's like one of the most intentional people I've ever met. So hearing that story about him, hearing that story about him reaching out to you and saying congratulations again, I didn't even know he did that. Yeah. You know, but that sounds like him. Yeah. He's like super intentional with everything he does.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even know him, and me and Pudge were talking about my recent encounters with coaches and whatnot, and how it's not always just authentic, and for him, like I said, not to know me and hit me up on Instagram, or I think it was Twitter. And then to see me in the gym and say, oh, what's up, coach? Yeah. Congratulations again. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, shoot, thanks, man. I appreciate it, because, you know, usually it's people fighting for spots. Yeah. When it don't have to be that way. That's what's meant for me is going to come my way no matter what. Yeah. So your spot is your spot. So if you get the job, congratulations. Go get that job. And next one's for me, if that's the case. But it's not always the same. So, yeah, he was dope. I like him a lot just because of that. You know?
Yeah, he I had actually been after him for like 2 years, because I mean, obviously we played against each other at Lancaster, and so we talked about our struggles. He talked about his struggles, and I'm like, dude, just come coach with me. Like just come over here. We're building something. I want you to be a part of it. I think you'd be really good with us. And you know, he didn't want to give up being a head coach. And like you said earlier, when the universe speaks to you, it speaks to you. And eventually, like, I was like, hey man, you wanna come over? And he goes, actually, let's talk about that. And I was like, what? I'm like, all right. So I was just joking with him.
Yeah, threw you off because he wasn't.
Then I'm like, hey, you know what? Actually, can I call you tomorrow at 9 in the morning? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. As soon as next day, I called him 9 in the morning. I had everything ready. Like, hey, here's your role. Here's what you're gonna do. Here's like where I see what we can do. I want you to be a part of everything that we're doing, from travel ball to this. Like, if we really want to affect change in our community, let's do it together. Yeah. And if you still want to stay at Lancaster, we can still do it together. Yeah. That's cool too, because like Greg at Palmdale, some of his kids play in our AAU program. Like, we can all still do it together, but I prefer if we all did it at one school.
Of course.
And to his testament, he was humble enough to be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm I'm gonna come with you and let's rock and let's do this.
But it's dope when you see like the NBA bench. You see ex-head coaches on the bench of the new guy, whatever. RC, you know, in the college ranks, you see former head coaches become assistant coaches at certain spots. So it's precedence there. We, as a community, don't do that as often as we probably should. Combine resources. That's why anytime you call me, I'm like, yo, what you need, what you got. I mean, because at the end of the day, we got to be able to share that information so we can all get there. You may get there faster than I do. You may have an olive branch that passes me, or vice versa. So, no, that's dope. I'm glad. Like I said, he's a good dude. So I'm glad that he's there with you and you guys are building something. But that's it, man. This has been a good one. This has been a good one. Just basketball talk. It's been a long time coming. So, Ash, thank you so much for doing this, man. Let everybody know where they can find you on social media, your team, if they want to donate or whatever. Let everybody know.
On X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, you can find me Coach _Ash _. And on Instagram, I am Coach Ash 2_. If you want to follow Eastside High School, we are EHS Hoops with a Z at the end on both X and Instagram, and that's where you can find me.
Dope. Well, good luck this season, and thank you for coming in and joining us in the Hoops and Hip Hop Podcast. I'm your host, Coach Carter, a.k.a. Mellow One. We got DJ Pudge, 55 on the ones and twos. But in the meantime, in between time, we're out. Peace.